We started farming out here in 2008. So we worked for Tom Baldwin and growing food and taking things to market. And in 2011, Tom shut down the farm, and we had a young group of inspired young farmers with us on the farm. And we were really inspired, so we decided to create something together, which came to be Hawaii Institute of Pacific Agriculture, or HIP Ag. We're such a diverse, homestead. It's more of a educational center site than the major production of one thing.
What was an interest and then eventually became an obsession with, I guess, tropical fruit pretty broadly. Never really made the connection that that was something that I wanted to do professionally until late in my college career. I studied abroad in the Amazon rainforest in Peru, and then kind of by accident found this gig out here working full-time for HIP. So I worked full-time for them throughout all of 2022, and then this year I've transitioned to do a more part-time floater role of working on the farm, working on agroforestry projects down here, a little bit more flexible.
Arriving here is a little bit crazy. I have pursued classical music my whole life, and I was starting a doctorate degree in music to try to become a music professor. And I had a friend who had done a farm work trade in Hawaii a few years prior and was always saying how it was like a life-changing experience. And I'm a farm apprentice here, and so I've been here since February, just wanting to reconnect with the land and go on an adventure. And so I got on this website, Workaway, where I was looking for opportunities in Hawaii, and I found a farming job, and I get reached out to, and they're like, hey, we actually have this apprenticeship program. We want to do education and have you come work here for 5 months. You'll get a stipend. Are you interested? And I was like, that kind of sounds like a lot, 5.5 months of working on a farm. I don't know, but I did it, and now I'm here, and I actually have committed to stay another 5 months because I just am feeling inspired and love this land. And
I'm the programs manager and communications manager for HIP Agriculture. I've always felt called and connected to the outdoors. I grew up, my father was an environmental and outdoor educator, so I think from a very young age I had kind of this wilderness upbringing, spending a lot of time in the great outdoors, camping, hiking, backpacking, and just became really enamored of everything in nature, flora and fauna. So as I said, I'm the programs manager and communications manager for HIP Agriculture, which is our nonprofit centered around the farming and as well as offering farmer training programs, education. And then with Starseed Ranch is more of our agritourism operations. So we do a variety of things to help guests come and connect with the land.
I came, so I was helping Dash at school with our own garden at our high school, and he was looking for workers and people to work summer jobs, so I said I would help. I came out here, me having experience with long generations of ranching on Hawaii. I wanted to learn more about farming so I can become my own rancher and do my own things.
I've been farming for, 22, 23 years in various capacities. But basically, we're in the nursery. We start all our plants from seed, get them up and running, sometimes as big as these tomato plants here, and then we get them planted in our greenhouse or field spaces and grow them. And the mission of HIP is to basically connect people with their food locally and produce as much food as we can locally and feed everyone as nutrient-dense, healthy food as we can.
After college, I was working for the national parks and nonprofit organizations in habitat restoration and conservation, and I decided to go to culinary school to try to build a relationship with food. And while I was in culinary school, I was doing a work trade situation, living on a homestead and growing some food, and decided Hawaii would be a great place since there's growing season year-round as opposed to winters in California or other parts of the world.
It takes a village for any of this to happen. I think there's a lot of power in the youth in mobilizing, what are our youth doing? What do they have going for them? So in what ways can we create more jobs and more opportunities and engagement with the community is really important. And that's a question we're asking ourselves, is what can we do with everybody else? Because we're all important and an important part of the picture and the puzzle.